I bought my first house in 1968, paid, I believe it was somewhere around $14,000 for it, at an interest rate of equal amount, 14%. And so now we're in a position where you're going to have to make a decision. A lot of people are going to have to make a decision. Should I buy or rent? Let me make it as easy on you as you can, and you don't need to watch the rest of the video if you choose not to. Rent, rent, rent. Do not buy. In this video, I'll share with you from my experience. I've owned about 7 houses. I've rented 3 in my life. Why now is the time to rent?
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Between now and October the 31st, I'll be giving away $1,000 for you to buy stock. Moomoo is adding to my contribution with 15 stocks worth up to $2,000 each. Find the links in the description. Right now is a historically bad time to buy a home.
Is it better to rent or buy in this environment? It seems like people are stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Well, rising mortgage rates have complicated an already perplexing housing market for potential home buyers.
After years of record low rates, it looks like the party may be over relative to low rates and buying homes. Rents are increasing around the country, but they aren't raising nearly as fast as the cost of buying a house. Data shows us that since the fourth quarter of 2020, rents have grown by a rate of about 10%. Mortgage payments, on the other hand, have increased by almost 60%. As of the second quarter of this year, the U.S. median mortgage payment is almost 1.5 times the U.S. median rent. That's the highest that ratio has been since at least 2009. Many economists for years have contended that renting and investing in the stock market is better than buying a house. And now in 2022, that's proving especially true. That's because over the past 2 years, housing prices have grown so rapidly. Even in my neighborhood, I saw a $150,000 increase in the value of my home in less than a year. And this year, mortgage rates have risen along with the prices of homes. The average mortgage payment has grown by 40%, over 40%, from the second quarter of 2021 to the second quarter of 2022. And as I witnessed myself, higher home values equal higher property taxes. I just got my property tax notice, and it went up 20% in this past year. So newer homeowners are getting hit by higher costs in 3 different ways: higher interest rates, higher home prices, and higher property taxes. This is also, of course, raising rents, but landlords have found they can only increase their prices by so much. The almost $600 difference between the average mortgage payment and the average rent can be applied to investing in the stock markets along with the down payment and build a substantial nest egg. As I've witnessed as well, home prices are coming down in many parts of the country. Again, on the beach cottage, a house I was looking at dropped by 20% in a matter of 6 months. The median price for an existing home in the United States dropped by $10,000 in the last several months. That's a good thing for home affordability, which is at the lowest level in decades. It did tick up in July, but it also means that home prices are going to continue to go lower, which could put new home buyers immediately underwater on their big home purchase. Despite all of that, it's still a very competitive market. The average U.S. house, as I read it, are still receiving multiple offers. It's not uncommon for a house to be selling in less than a month after being put on the market. So as a bargain hunting buyer, you might find yourself out of luck. And added to that, inflation is rising at a rate faster than in the past 40 years. So all those repairs you're going to have to pay for yourself now rather than your landlord are going to be all that much more expensive. Okay, so let's cut to the chase on this buy or rent scenario. And let me address it as if you were my granddaughter. My granddaughter Haley is 23. She's graduated from college. She's got good employment. In fact, she's an entrepreneur and building a substantial business over on Instagram. And if she came to me and said, Poppy, should I buy or rent? Again, my decision is cut and dry. Rent right now. Yes, housing prices are up, even though they've come down a little at this time. But the fact is interest rates are also up. So your payment's going to be some $400-600 more than what you could go rent a comparable housing situation for. That $600 a month should be put into a Roth IRA along with the money that you would have put in as a down payment. That Roth IRA then should be, or you should take that $600 and dollar cost average into probably the QQQs, which are going to suffer a substantial loss over the next 2 years as we work our way through the financial dilemma that has been created by our government and our dependence on China and other nations for the essentials for us to live. That we've got to work through that. But nonetheless, if Haley's only 23 years old, she's got 40 years to take advantage of this down market and then the growth that's going to come on the other side of it. It just doesn't make any sense to my way of thinking right now. Prices of homes are still overpriced, and as a result of the pullback in our economy, we're going to have some unemployment. Unemployment is going to lead to foreclosures. Foreclosures are going to lead to a flood of houses on the market. And 2 years from now, that $270,000 home that you wanted to buy, you'll be able to buy for $220,000 and use that number for whatever price you're looking at. Prices are going to come down as our economy gets into a deeper and deeper recession. We are going to have unemployment. When Amazon announces they're laying off 100,000 people, you just take that and apply that to anything and any other profession. I will add to that, we have friends who is a major vice president of a bank, and they just laid off 80% of their mortgage brokers. That is going to happen everywhere. And unemployment is going to be a problem. That's going to lead to foreclosures, and foreclosures are going to lead to lower prices on homes. So Haley, hang in there, rent, be comfortable for about a year and a half, and then the opportunity and the situation will change dramatically. That's my take on it.